What's up? I'm Dan Friedenberg, and this is another Chance Encounter. Hey, what's up? I'm Dan Friedenberg. I'm a commercial real estate guy. I'm from the internet. Front of a house. It's going to be torn down soon. I understand that there are power lines that are getting kind of close. What's up again? This is Dan Friedenberg, and that there is we're seeing more properties like this being built. Let's do some stuff. Talk to you later. Bye. Today I'm joined with Erickson. Sainval? Is that how you pronounce it?
That's pretty good. Sainval, yeah.
Oh, okay, Sainval. Okay, cool.
That's when you go with, why don't you introduce yourself and give a little bit of your background?
Right, exactly. Well, speaking of which, how about you introduce yourself, Erickson?
So, Erickson Sainval, W-2 is active duty Marine Corps. I've been doing it for 11 years now, making it a career. And I do real estate on the side, and I love it. I love the idea of it, and I love networking and adding value and getting value.
Awesome. Well, it looks like the history on this one got all messed up. Oh, no, I still have it. So I got two things. There you go. There's one. Okay, so I got since you're in the Marines and you're in real estate, I got a couple. The first one, let me see here. The first one is a bit of a fixer-upper. Where is it here? Oh, there it is there. This Marine real estate here. The other one that I was able to...
Is that one under the sea? Is that Atlantis?
Well, it's Marine, right?
That looks like a good value add.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
only do I find the city of Atlantis, but I get to fix it up and sell it.
I found City of Atlantis here somewhere where it looked far more developed. I think it was like the Aquaman one, but yeah, that's basically the deal.
Could you imagine the value and appreciation on that?
Yeah. Well, or the cost when you spring a leak. So, what can you do? All right. So, but the reason why I have that
the way real estate is going, we might have to go in the water.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot cheaper than going to space, right? So why not? All right. So in these chance encounters, the first thing that I do with my guests is I remember that over there is where it is. It's not over there. It's over there. And so I go through the motivation for getting into the next commercial deal. Down here at the bottom, I've got the 6 different roles of a real estate deal, a commercial real estate deal. But a lot of beginners, they don't really know what they're going to be when it comes to that. So I start with the motivations. The first one is they are looking to preserve purchasing power. Like when I think of these guys, I'm thinking about the guys who run like a family office, something like that. So they're just making their investments do all the work for them. The next one is my answer, which is that I'm trading time for wealth instead of, because I'm in tech, so that makes me on the high earning side. If I want to take that cash and invest it into these apartment complexes, there's an intermediate step that I have to pay my income tax. And so if I just apply my skills directly to these investments, then I get paid in wealth instead and get all the advantages of that. Next one is to fast track retirement. This is for most people. It just the question is where are you in that balance of like how much capital do you have to work with versus just trying to make sure that you're stabilized at least. The next one is for the super ambitious people. They just want to buy the whole hometown. I was talking to Lauren Cadillac today, and she was saying, it's like, why stop there? Why just your town? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you got to hit that Jeff Bezos and, buy space too.
Right, exactly. And at least when you're co-GPing with somebody and they have that level of ambition, at least you know that once they become an accredited investor, they're not going to become super duper lazy because they still have something to prove, right? And the last reason is they have some sort of irrational need to help some sector of society. Maybe they, sometimes I've heard with animals, just basically there's something other than pure profit that is the attractive part here. So those are the 5 motivations. And which of those, basically resonate the most with you?
In terms of right now in the position that I'm in, it's definitely fast tracking that retirement. And, at that point, I'm all about, giving back. So having that irrational need to help residents and help make society and the world and the things that we're using better than, than I left it with. So.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that sort of thing. I don't know if you have a particular sector of society in mind, like you're in the military. I'm getting a lot of people talking about homeless veterans is one cause that a lot of people want to be involved in. Are there any particular groups you got in mind?
No particular groups right now. I just do the basic 10% tithe to the church. But when it comes down to it, if I had to pick, first thing that comes to mind are the kids, because I have kids. So I'm all about leaving the next generation better off than what I was left with. So I like that idea.
Yeah, I like that. All right, the next segment is the magical. Okay, yeah, I got a green screen effect on, so it makes the dial look all 3D or something. It's kind of weird, but actually the glare is not too bad right now. Yeah, I'll switch over to this one.
That looks pretty cool, though. It kind of looks like some Inception thing going on.
Right. But this way you can see it a little bit clearer. So I've got the rules for a commercial deal down to 6. And this is how I usually introduce it. So I'm a repositioner. Part of being a repositioner means that you have to be underwriting deals. You're looking at a lot of different deals and saying which one has a good upside. And one of the easiest ways to get more upside is through efficient operations. But sometimes, especially in a hot market like right now, the hottest real estate market in history, that's not going to be enough in a lot of cases. So the easiest way to reposition a property is to improve it by getting a contractor, fix the place up, and then that way you can increase the rents. But me, because I'm a digital security guy, I'm aware that everything can be spoofed and I'm going to be remote based. So I'm definitely also going to need a local. Okay, all of these people have to be doing it, like have to be local to where it is, but I need some boots on the ground who can make sure that operations is doing their job, they're mowing the lawns, all that kind of stuff, and the contractors are actually doing the work that they're saying they're doing. But before all that happens, you also have to go to the financier, in other words, the bank, and say, hey, give me a whole whack of money so I can buy this thing. And they're going to say, okay, so that all checks out. Okay, but who's your sponsor? And a lot of beginners will be like, what? And because that'll kind of be the end of the party right there. Because if you want to get a loan to buy a commercial property, a multifamily property, somebody in the fold has to own a similar asset. So you were mentioning Jeff Bezos. If he wants to buy a 450 unit apartment complex and get a loan, he has to have somebody who's a key partner who already owns a similar asset. So those are the 6 different roles there. And out of your core competencies, in your next commercial deal, which do you see yourself doing? The only ones that are kind of confusing for I hear sometimes is understanding that underwriting is repositioning, and then capital raising also makes you a financier. So which of these faces would you be willing to take on in a co-GP kind of situation?
Yes, I'm definitely repositioneer. That's kind of where I see myself acquiring, doing the broker relations, underwriting, doing all those beginning staging things, as you would say. And just because that's more ideal with the time I have being active duty, I don't really have the chance to go hop to a property and check on operations or work out things like that. I'm not a high net worth individual, so I can't be a sponsor. So definitely repositioning.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Excellent, excellent. So now we know that, and the next part that I always ask is like, who is there in real estate that is the perfect person for you to help? And I just usually make a little reminder that we have to stay SEC compliant here, so no enticing investors. That's not cool. But if you could describe the person you could help the most in real estate, what would they be?
Yeah, I would say the financier because they're the ones that have the investor relations and they have the capital and they're raising the capital, but they don't really have time to analyze every single deal. So that's where someone like me is best to work with, and we mutually support each other to get the job done.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. And do you have any geographical areas or unit counts that you're looking for?
Yeah, so for me, my focus market is in Florida. Like I said, I'm in Pensacola, so anywhere in Florida works for me. And in terms of the size and unit count, the sweet spot that I think that has a lower barrier of entry, less competition, is the 5 to 50. But the ultimate goal, is to do the 100 plus, of course. But the 5 to 50 is where I focus in right now.
Excellent, excellent. And we met through some meetups via LinkedIn. I got those meetups through LinkedIn. Is LinkedIn the best way to get a hold of you, or is there a website or something like that?
Yes, LinkedIn is the best way to get a hold of me. So Erickson Sainval, EricksonSainval. If you search that up, you'll find me. And then a website for me is www.greendaycapital.net. That is my official website, and you can reach me on there as well.
Excellent, excellent. And my background is in e-commerce technology, websites and all that kind of stuff. As it relates to commercial real estate, I help with the website. In other words, the lead capture, the lead generation, and the online sales funnel. So that's what I'm using to code GP, get my foot in the door. Capital raisers on their own, they're not actually allowed to be given equity. You have to bring something else to the table, and that's why this die is pretty handy to show. It's like, okay, so I'm a little bit of this and a little bit of that, all that sort of stuff. But before you in the internet leave, there's something else I got to ask you, which is, if you look somewhere around here-ish on YouTube, you see a big red button that says subscribe. And if it's red, that's a problem. You need to click it so it turns gray, and that means you subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? And all it means is that my videos will be on the list of your suggestions, but more importantly, YouTube will pay for this stuff instead of me. So that's why it's a huge favor to me, and it's not going to get in your way or anything like that. But Erickson, thank you so much for joining us today. You have anything else to say to sign up to our lovely audience here?
Yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for Dan the Man.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, man.